Well, hey, what's up, YouTube? Somebody asked me to do a review on the AR10 because I had mentioned it a while back that I had gotten one, and I think I even might have shown it in one of my videos. So this is it. It is, I don't know, it feels like twice the weight of the AR-15. I don't know how well you can see that, but looks just like an AR-15, but you can see the receiver port and the part for the magazine here, really big because it shoots 308 bullet. Now one of the things, this is a Rock River AR10, shoots 7.62 by what's the millimeter on that? Shoots 308, and you know, it basically functions really similar to the AR-15. In fact, mechanically, it really does function exactly the same. One thing that's a little bit different is there's a bolt release right here, bolt release and bolt catch, instead of the little paddle release that is typically on the ARs. Now, at first I thought, I don't know about that, and I was a little hesitant. But you know what? When you're shooting, and all you got to do is flick your finger down to release that bolt, it's actually kind of nice. Same goes for locking the bolt in position. Because it's a AR-10, the spring that is in here is quite hefty. So I'm gonna get this locked into place for you. I haven't taken it out in several months. There we go. Okay. So and then I've got an NC Star 10 to 40 power illuminated reticle scope on here. After I put this on, I had real big second thoughts, and I'm continuing to have second thoughts on this scope. And the reason is a 308 rifle, the round has a lot of recoil to it, and I'll show you one of the things I've done to reduce recoil on here. But and as a result, even at a 10 power, you've got a really small sight picture. And what I mean is, if you don't shoot a lot, there is this field of vision you have when looking through a scope. At 40 power, 300 yards is effectively my torso right here at 40 power. I mean, it's massively zoomed in. And so, in fact, I mean, there's a lot of spotting scopes that don't even zoom in that far. So that's why I'm having a lot of second thoughts about it. I'm thinking of maybe getting, I mean, I've got basically a $1,200, $1,300 rifle here. And I'm thinking, you know, I really should just get the EOTech red dot. Maybe put a green laser on here, and we'd be in business, even at long range. But I don't know, I'm debating that right now. I really got this because the 308 round is really good for long range. And that's what I wanted to really get into, really a lot more precision shooting. I'm starting to reload now, and I'll do a video on that hopefully pretty soon. I've ordered some final components for the reloading. Little couple other things I've done here. You got dual side sling mount, so that's pretty neat. Replace the standard stock here with the, if I was going to say one thing about the Rock River, it would be that they send their guns out with the cheapest piece of junk collapsible stock I've ever seen. I think you get a better collapsible stock on a paintball gun at Walmart, or an airsoft gun at Walmart, than you did on this rifle. It's got a commercial spec adjustable buffer tube, and and that was a little tricky figuring out exactly what kind of tube this was and all that. But in any case, it's got that. And now this is the this is called the Magpul MOE line, which is their slightly cheaper line. What I like about the MOE is it comes standard with a what is this, about almost a little over half an inch rubber pad here on the back. That helps with recoil. But let me show you what really helps with recoil. Now, let's see here. Now what I did was, the recoil on this rifle was so bad, I was actually considering what I was going to do. I mean, I was getting bruised right here from the recoil, and it's just unacceptable. It was hurting so bad. I was at the point where I just didn't want to shoot it. I pulled the trigger once and it hurt so much I didn't want to pull it again. So what I did was, there's a company called Buffer Tech. Let's see if I can get this out of here for you. And you have what's called the buffer in the back here. And I'm going to get all gun oil and junk all over me. Okay. It's a company called Buffer Tech. And they make this thing. It's pretty nifty. It's called a hydraulic buffer. And you see? I hope that shows up okay. There's hydraulic fluid in here. And as the bolt comes back, it compresses against that and then comes back. Try and get this back in here. One of the benefits to this, one of the many benefits to this, is that it reduces the felt recoil considerably. And when I say considerably, I really mean considerably. It makes the gun manageable. I mean, a 308 is going to have recoil. There's nothing you can do about that. It's going to have recoil. But you can reduce it. And so I highly recommend that. And you can see it just basically goes in here. And the reason is you've got a pretty small buffer on these collapsible stocks here. Now, if you get a fixed stock, you got a really large buffer, and that might actually help right out of the box, right from the factory. It might be okay, but I mean, it was bad. So one of the other things I added to it was this. It's not pricey, but it's and I currently have this on my wife's AR-15, which I'll do on another video. But nice little pistol grip and bipod. So when you're at the range, I usually shoot with a sandbag, but this is a pretty big gun, and I've got a lot of stuff sticking out the bottom, and so you're constantly having to figure out how you're going to position with this. I'm good to go. Set it up on the bench and just start shooting. You can use this prone. You can use it all kinds of different ways. And the funny thing is, let me tell you something about the Chinese. They're really good at reverse engineering stuff. Not so great at maybe making things on their own, but pretty good at stealing the idea from someone else. You can find these things really cheap. And I know a lot of people are saying, I can't believe you use cheap stuff on that really nice rifle. Well, you know what? This is exactly the same as the $60, $70 version, and it cost under 10 bucks. And it's made for the airsoft, world. It's exactly the same. They knocked off the $60 version. And so you could buy 10 of these for what the really expensive one would cost. And that's just and one of the other things I added to this was an accessory rail right here. It was really inexpensive, easy to install, and so you could put that or put a light, or put numerous things on here. It's got the flat top gas block, the where I could install a laser, a light, a post for the sights. Same goes for back here. Actually, I've got some sights for back here, some iron sights, but currently have this big monstrous scope on here. I can't think anything else for the rifle. I hope that's informative. If you guys have any questions about the AR-10, I'd be happy to answer, with what limited knowledge I have. I've only taken it out. I've put around about 200 rounds through it, maybe 300 rounds through it. It's a really, really nice rifle, and especially now with the recoil issue solved. I highly recommend, if you can do it, adding this to your arsenal, because well, there's just not a lot you can't do with a 308. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think this is day 7 of 30 days of video, and so I guess I'll see you tomorrow.